Hey everyone, this is Rants Wellness Melanin. This is season 2, episode 3. We are so excited to be back, and we have our special guest, Allen Hurns, and I'm your host, Nubia Royal, aka Black Girl Luxury.
And I'm Robert Sands. I'm the co-host.
All right, let's get it popping.
So, we're going to start off quite simple.
Before we start, I'm going to let Allen Hurns introduce himself.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
before we dive in, go ahead.
You just introduced me, but I'm Allen Hurns.
Well, people, okay, so let's just say for people who, we know you, people who are into sports know you, but for people who do not know or watch sports and they have no clue who Allen Hurns is, go ahead and introduce yourself.
How y'all doing? I'm Allen Hurns. Grew up in Miami, Carol City. I was a football player. That's pretty much been my identity my whole life, but now transition. I'm a dad of 2 now and embarking on my entrepreneur world.
Okay, all right. Sure. Man. Yeah. I have to add, me and Allen played together high school football, track and everything, like a little brother to me. He's family, man. So I'm extremely excited to have him on. So we're gonna get right back into this episode. My first question, all right, we both made it to the league. We both was in the NFL, and we had to go through rookie hazing. I know for me, I wasn't with all that carrying those shoulder pads. I wasn't with none of that. But I eventually ended up doing it because I understood it was a rite of passage and everything else.
Right.
So let me ask you this: how was your rookie hazing? How did you take it?
Mine was it was all right because I was undrafted, but I had 2 guys that was in my position. They got drafted in the second round. So they pretty much did most of the things on them,
Okay.
So they pretty much had them picking up everything, paying for everything. As far as for me, I was undrafted, so I ain't had that much money.
Oh, hey, boy, you got lucky there, bro.
For sure.
God.
I got blessed at that.
Dog, like, I can tell you this. My rookie year, right, I'm the only DB that got drafted. For the team back in 2012, and I'm the only rookie in my position. So yeah, I got everything, and plus I'm already not, willing to do this. Man, yeah, they got me good, bro. They got me good. So what about the dinner? Did you have to pay for take the vet side or dinner? Did you have to chip in with that?
Yeah. So how we did it, we all just broke it down, and they broke it down by like your draft.
Okay.
Pick, so I was undrafted, so I only had to pay like $500.
I
pay that with a smile.
Hey, boy, Pat, man, all y'all, Reggie, all y'all, Nate, all y'all, boy, y'all heard that he had to pay 5, but I had to pay 10. I got hit with the 10. I got hit with 10 bands, bro.
That's more than a down payment.
Yeah,
man, bro. But I guess that was also to me not going with the rookie hazing and stuff like that, and eventually, going into that. So did you have to like bring sunflower seeds to the meetings and all that other stuff like that? All that crazy stuff?
Yeah, I had to bring snacks. They give you a snack list. You have to go into the store, get everything, bring it in before
the meetings. Yeah, bro.
I think it's interesting because like from people who don't know that side of it, we never know that type of stuff go on.
Oh yeah.
Like we don't know like in that world like that the rookies have to go through a hazing process.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's normal. That's normal.
It's normal. Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's normal. It's definitely normal. And yeah, like I say, my experience is obviously completely different from yours. So
it goes by how do they choose who gets to do what or who's supposed to do what?
So usually like when you come in, they know that okay, if you're a first rounder, you're making millions of dollars. So they go do more for you. Like they go overdo it.
Because they already know you got it, so you okay.
So most people like they signing bonus was like $1 million or $500 and whatever. I came in, I was undrafted. My signing bonus was like $5,000.
Oh, so they ain't really do you too much.
So they can't ask me to go do something for like $20,000. Like I ain't got that.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to know, based on like being an athlete coming out of Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Miami athletes, and this kind of just a sidebar, a lot of Miami athletes, like, we know growing up, people got this history, like, we know our culture, we come up a little rough, coming from the urban community and all of those things like that. And then we see them, like, get into trouble here in Miami.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like you stay away from that as far as, like, because we grow up a certain type of way.
Yeah.
People don't understand. And I feel like once I moved out of state, it allowed me to see how Miami people, because we don't see it when we hear.
It's normal to us.
It's normal to us, but when we get around other people, I be like, oh, we a little rough.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, we is a little ghetto, you know, based on like other people's culture. So therefore, a lot of people don't understand, like when they see Florida or Miami athletes who like get into things or they want to come back home and visit and get into like robberies. We seen, I forgot a couple years ago, people gambling and getting into, you know, like, so how did you like maintain just not getting caught up in that lane or life or things where it jeopardized basically your career, getting it still wanting to be like in the streets or doing hood shit when you come to Miami? Because it happens a lot. Or they getting in fights. Like, how you get in a fight? How you robbing people?
Yeah.
How you become a dope boy in the football? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that? So how did you stay away from that?
I think I stayed away from it because like I was extremely focused, and you know, football, it was like my main priority, and my whole life I wasn't gonna let anything get in between that. And even when I came home, I still hung out with my friends and things like that. But as far as for me, I'm not like a flashy guy. I don't care about attention. I literally don't want attention. So like most of the times I'm chilling, laid back. Or if I do go out, I go out with my friends. We make sure we're in a safe environment, whatever the case may be. But as far as for me,
always safe in Miami, man. We always safe in Miami.
But yeah, I stayed away from all the chaos.
Okay, so you intentionally. So I feel like it kind of sort of got something to do with your personality too,
most definitely.
because you like such a laid back person that I feel like you just don't really probably care for some of those things.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll give you that. But we are excited because I'm ready to dig in. We need to see Allen's personality. We always see him a cool, calm, collective athlete, professional mode. So I was excited to just have Allen here because I'm like, we need to put his personality out. Like, for people who just want to see that side of it, you know, like, because you don't talk, or at least around me, I've never seen him talk. You know, like, we went to high school together too. So even like me just seeing him in high school, like in passing and stuff like that, like I never really see you talk. Like you talk to people you know, but I don't see you like doing things or like overly, unless again
on that field, side, he gonna talk on that field.
On the other side, so
I mean, I agree with her. You know, in the hallways, you know, I ain't never really see you talking too much. You know, but in that locker room, you talk. You had your little talks. We had our little civil rivalry going on and stuff like that. Offense versus defense kind of thing. You know, for the most part, I would say like he was one of the main leaders on the team, as far as the offense is concerned, especially for his grade. And then for me, obviously, I was the one for the defense. But Allen, I knew Coach Frazier, if he would have stayed one more year, he would have wanted Allen to be that the leader for the team and stuff like that. The same way how he pulled me to the side and was like, "Hey, are you gonna lead this particular class and stuff like that?" And then I had to bring in, you know, like Big P and Art and stuff like that. Those are my guys on the opposite side. And then, you know, we had Jakari and stuff like that on the defense side with me. For you, I feel like Coach Frazier saw a lot in you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he brought you up. He saw the maturity level in you and everything else, and how you approach the game. So I just want to give you your praise on that as well too, because like I said, I knew you had talent. You was talked about as soon as we got into high school, like, oh, this guy Allen Hurns, this and that. I'm like, who the hell is Allen Hurns? like, all right, whatever. And then like I saw your talent, and I was like, okay, this Allen Hurns, all right. Respect, bro. Got game. I like that. Ain't like you weren't scared to back down or none of that. So yeah, man. Like, you know, I just want to let you know, bro. Like, they've been proud of you, bro. If you didn't know,
yeah, I appreciate that. Just to piggyback on what y'all said, is like I've always been like a reserved guy, and like I don't say much. That's pretty much how I've always been. Even like around family, is like if it's somebody I'm close with, like I'm goofy as hell with. But as far as if I'm around people that I'm not close with, I've always been to myself. And that's something that kind of changed over the years, especially like once I made it to the NFL and college, because
you have to be a bit more vocal.
Yeah.
There's only so much of reservedness can
Right, exactly. So just going to college, it was like a big shift for me because, you know, just going to Kansas City is like you're around all your people, and then you go to college, it's very diverse.
From people from all around the world.
All over.
And they're coming because like you went to UM.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to think about it. You went right, so it's cool. Even for you, it's a difference because it's like, okay, college, but you went to college in your hometown. So imagine people who coming from across
West
the
Virginia.
world.
Yeah,
Having to go far and all that.
Yeah, so it is definitely a big transition. It just going to college, period. So I always advocate that. Even if you want to be an entrepreneur, there's like a conversation like, oh, you don't got to go to college. I think that college is still important because it helps you be just a well-rounded person. And again, you get to experience people outside of what you're normal or what you're norm.
Sure.
So that's that. Also, I want to touch bases. In 2018, you changed your jersey number.
Oh, yeah.
How was that significant to you?
That was significant to me just because, man, just seeing what happened with the Stoneman Douglas, you know, that was just very unfortunate, especially it being so close to us. You know, it wasn't my high school, but, you know, it was our neighborhood. And, you know, seeing so many people impacted by that and just being a dad now, it makes me realize, like, dang, man, that could happen to anybody on any given day, you know. So I just wanted to pay homage to those guys. And, you know, that was real special for me because, you know, when I did that, even once I did the documentary thing, you know, I told my agent, I was like, man, like, I want to go meet the families, but, like, I don't want to be on camera. Like, I really wanted to be genuine. They was like, no, like, you got to do it. The families, like, you create exposure for them, and, like, it'll be a good deed. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it. But for me, it wasn't even about that. It was just like, man, hey, I want to understand, like, what you're doing, like, how I can be a resource to you. And it was special in those moments. And it was tough, too, just going in people's houses and they showing you, like, their daughters, their sons.
So you actually went and seen the families?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
So that was major. Because the thing is, you know, for the most part, like, yes, touching, but for you to actually change your jersey number, you know, like, that's something personal. You know, that's personal to you because you carry that number. That's your legacy. So to do that, that's really major. And I didn't know that you actually visited family. So it's cool.
Appreciate it.
Man, I mean, yeah, wow, bro. Wow. Look at you. Okay. Went in there, did that. So, all right. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. We're gonna stick to the Cowboys though.
Yeah.
So back that I want to say that same year, the Cowboys end up trading for Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
He traded for Amari Cooper. All right, me personally, I'm like, okay, damn, why they bringing this dude in? Like, hold on, like, I know we trying to win, but we gonna win with me and stuff like that. So, like, take me through, like, what was your mindset, bro, when he first walked in that locker room, knowing that, like, things was gonna change from there?
No, I was fine with it because especially at wide receiver, you know, there's three of us that can play.
Exactly.
And, you know, and just knowing his caliber of talent, it was like, bro, okay, like, I always seen him, like, on film and him just being down here, you know, going to the games and things like that, you know, but seeing him on a day-to-day basis, it was like, okay, I know things going to be different, but, man, hey, if it's going to make the team better, then I'm with it. But one thing I can say, when he got there, like, he's a real deal, bro.
He's a real deal?
Yeah, for sure.
He's a real deal?
Yeah,
Okay.
He changed the dynamic of that team, and, like, I never badmouth Amari Cooper at all.
Oh, no.
Like, bro, like, he's really like that. If he had the mentality where it's like, of course he had, like, injuries here and there, but if he's healthy day in, day out, nobody can stop him, like, ever.
Oh, no.
Like,
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah.
He would have got to stop. I'm just saying, that is me. That's just how, you know how I am, bro. You know how I am when it comes to this.
Wide receiver, though, it's three positions. So.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was spread offense and stuff like that. So, like,
I wasn't tripping.
You weren't tripping? Okay, for sure, man. Because, like, I was just thinking about it. I was like, damn, bro. Like, because even in my situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had probably like two safeties in front of me. I had Reggie Nelson and Chris Crocker. That next year, you know what I'm saying, my position coach, he left. So now I'm in the running to be the starter and stuff like that. I tear my pec. I'm like, you know, they kind of threw me through a loop. And then when I seen them draft the dude, Sean Williams, I'm like, oh my God, all right. I might be in a little trouble because all this little stuff that was going on with my situation off the field.
Yeah.
Now I wasn't worrying about the talent-wise. It was just the fact that my position coach gone. They just drafted another person and all my off the field stuff. So that's why I was a little worried and hesitant about it. But I mean, I guess I was rightfully so because, you know, that following year I ended up getting cut or whatever. But I mean, you know, it is what it is though. Like, you know, so we ain't really tripping off of it. But at the end of the day, I know me personally, I felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, bro, I didn't know this nigga ain't better than me. No disrespect to you.
Do you take it as a better thing or I'm just finna get cooked because I ain't doing enough thing?
So far as for me, is like because I've been cut twice, and I kind of seen it when it was happening because both times it's like I had got hurt, and if you look at things from a business standpoint,
It makes sense.
it makes sense. Like, all right, if I'm paying this guy $6 million and like he's hurt,
Yeah.
he's not
From
being
a,
able to
from a
produce.
business
From a
standpoint.
business standpoint,
Yes.
I'm gonna get somebody. I'm gonna pay somebody
So
$500.
sorry, nothing personal.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
makes sense. So when you take your pride out of it and you look at it from a business standpoint, it's like, all right, man, like these people not entitled to pay me.
Yeah.
Now
Entitled to
here's the next thing that I have for you. So in 2019, I seen that a team asked for you to change your salary. And
Cowboys.
The Cowboys
Oh, yeah.
asked for you to change
At the
your
end of the
salary.
season, yeah.
So when you said like, no, I'm gonna stand on business. I need
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and they said okay. Eventually they let you go. So how did you feel about that?
So as far as for me, I was at that point I was ready to go, and it's crazy.
Why was you ready to go though?
Just because I feel like it wasn't much opportunity for me there. It's like they kind of limited me, and I didn't feel like they like used me how I should have been used. So it was like, okay, I'm just gonna go somewhere else and find another opportunity there. And so when they asked me for the pay cut, it was like I'm like, nah.
So that's why you stood on business with the pay, because you're like, I'm already not being,
Yeah.
you're not gonna give me less than and still not utilizing my
Right,
salary.
right, right.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
far as for me, I'm competitive. I want to play. Even if
Yeah.
I take less somewhere and I go and play, like for me, that's what it's
You
about.
need the time. You want
Yeah.
your field time.
And so that whole situation, it's crazy how it happens because they had asked me to take a pay cut. I'm like, no, like just release me. So they put an article out. I don't know how it got out that hey that they released me, but they actually didn't release me. So it was like 2 or 3 days where teams couldn't even contact me because they didn't release me yet. But they was that whole time they was trying to get me to take a pay cut. And
Because they didn't really want you to go.
They
They,
really want me
they
to
wanted
go.
you to stay. They just wanted to pay you a little less.
yeah, so it was
Okay.
crazy in that aspect. And then they got to like training camp the first day, and I'm like, I'm not coming to training camp. And then they end up cutting me, and then I end up going to the Dolphins like a week late at the training camp. It was like,
Hey, well, you
Probably
back at the crib again.
Yeah.
Back at the crib again. I mean, yeah, man. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I know. Yeah, again, yes, we both know that the game is a business and stuff like that. It's more of a business once you get there. It's not necessarily about the talent all the way.
Yeah.
Always, it's all about like what you do for the team. What have you done for them lately?
right.
For the
yeah.
most part, whether you in the community, being an advocate in the community, doing community service and stuff like
Right.
that. So let me ask you this: did you do any community service while you was out there in Dallas?
Yeah, for sure. That's something I always made sure I do. Like, and as far as me giving back, and it has always been something so important. And I think my mom instilled that in me because she was big in the community, and she always preached like, "Hey, give back to others, give back to others," and that's something that I love doing. Just because, bro, it could literally take like 5 seconds. You saying what's up to a kid and make that kid's day, and that's something that it's just special, man. It's something that it doesn't take much of your time, and I always wanted to do that. But when I did things too, I always wanted it to be genuine. I didn't want it to be like, hey,
You
just
doing it for show.
Yeah, doing it for show. I always wanted to talk to kids and made sure the stuff that I was doing is something I can relate to. So far as if they asked me to come and speak to kids, like I wanted to be the kids from like that's growing up in rough neighborhoods that I can actually relate to and say, hey man, like I was in your shoes one time. Like I understand the pain and stuff that you're going through. And as far as like I made it here, but it's just different when you have somebody that you can relate to when you're talking to, and man, you tied all
Representation is everything. I feel like for sure. Because a lot of times, like at least I think that Miami have a good number, and good grade, and good amount of like athletes that come from the hood that kids know. Like, hey, if I can't do nothing else, if mama ain't got no money for college, we know we can play some football, or basketball,
or track.
Yeah, or track. We know we're gonna play a sport. So I want to piggyback over the last question, which was, so when they did release you, or when you did get cut from the team, how is that common to be picked up so quickly, or you feel like there's just something like, okay, there was specifically something that they seen in you, or is that common for players to get? Because every time you got cut or released, or however you want to put it, you got picked up like days later. So
3 days later.
Yeah. So is that something common, or is that something like an Allen Hurns thing?
I wouldn't say it's an Allen Hurns thing. For some people, it's common. I mean, it's for me in both situations. The team, once they brought me in, they just want to see was I healthy. When I got cut from Dallas, if that's when I had traumatic ankle injury, and coming back off
I
that,
seen that.
yeah, that was crazy.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, so when I went to the Dolphins, they brought me in. They just wanted to see like, hey, can you cut? Like, are you okay? I understand you'll have some limitations, but so I did a workout with the Dolphins. It probably was like 5 minutes.
And then you was
Yeah, and
good.
they're like, okay, you good? We gonna sign.
All right.
And,
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah,
That's what's
yeah.
up, man. Like I say, bro, no, to answer that question, like he said, no, it is not common
Oh,
for,
no.
for you to get
Oh.
picked up that relatively quick. Again, it's all about like your resume. You know what I'm saying? Like bro say is he had a worker resume that showed like at one point in time his peers even thought they felt that he was one of the top 100 players in the league at the time, especially with the things that he did. I mean, did you know about the record or whatever that you had set your rookie year?
Nah, I ain't know about that until like later on when I was doing like an interview and they mentioned that. I was like, oh dang, like,
Yeah, bro. Like you broke a record, bro, with the 2 touchdowns your rookie year, man. I mean, so kind of talk us through that moment, bro. Like,
it's crazy because man, I was just in that zone, and a lot of people think like I be lying when I say this, but my first NFL game, I wasn't nervous at all. It was just like, man, I've been working so hard, and it all transitioned. I came in, rookie mini camp, like I was killing. We went to training camp, I was killing. Then you went to preseason, I was killing. And then the first game, my first 2 catches was like touchdown.
yeah,
I'm like,
that was first 2 catches, touchdown, TD.
I'm telling myself, I'm like, oh, this shit sweet. Yeah. So it's crazy that I had that. So I had a big game, my first game, and then my second game. It's like the second play of the game. They drew like a double move up for me, and it would have been a touchdown, but I dropped like a wide open pass. But but I tell you that story just to tell you that's the thing about life, man. You can have highs, you can have lows, but it's all about just continuing to go.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, that record you have was with Charles Rogers. Yeah, and he was a monster.
Yeah,
that was a monster for sure. So like that's who that and see that goes to show, you know what I'm saying, the level of talent that you have.
And I was gonna say the passion too.
Yeah, the passion.
What you said that your first game you were so locked in, because I think it's more so like I want to get on the field, so I'm not even nervous because I'm just ready to play and show what I have, let's show my talent.
Yeah, I already know, bro. Yeah, that first game is always good. It's always
that
good.
Was special for sure.
So my next thing is that you played for Jacksonville, you played for the Cowboys, you played for the Dolphins. So you done skipped around, you done been in different places. So what is like a Miami slang or term that you feel like people don't appreciate, that they just don't get just being from Miami?
That they don't get. I'll probably say.
Or even just something about Miami culture that
or phrase or anything.
Phrase that you feel like when you done been different places and they just don't appreciate it, like just being from Miami, a Miami native.
I don't know if I got a term. Maybe when you say like
what
like,
tradition?
Tradition? Okay, I could go tradition. Tradition is just like how we talk on the field. It's just like it's just in us to be like.
Oh, talk that smack. Yeah. Okay.
For me, it's like I don't much speak much. So when I did that, people like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, and they took it negatively.
Some people did.
Like, okay, what is that from?
And they know like we could call somebody like a fuck nigga or
whatever.
and like don't mean nothing about it.
It don't mean nothing about it. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Oh, especially when the pads get over.
But if they not from Miami or Florida, they gonna be like,
them fighting words.
It's like it's nothing personal. That's just how we talk. Somebody might say that to you, and it's like it's nothing personal. Or because sometimes even people be saying that if somebody fly, they be like, that fuck nigga fly.
Right.
And they be like, what? Why you call it? Well, you be like, bitch. And some people don't like that because they're not used to that culture, so they're not used to people speaking to that way.
And again, I think it's all about how you deliver it, the tone and stuff like that. Like you like, man, this fuck nigga over here, man.
It depends how you use
it. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. It's all about how you use it, but like you, because down here it is fight words too now, but also it's a part of our culture. We know for being down here that okay, when it's a fighting word and when it's just being said as like
that. But that is definitely true, because even me, just like traveling to Houston or Texas in general, like the way I speak, or even like if I'm talking regular right now, some people think that's aggressive, and they be like, "Why she talking like what attitude?" I'm like, I'm not talking about attitude. Now you gonna make me talk with attitude. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. That's Miami. We just different.
Yeah,
For sure.
sure, bro. Like, absolutely, man. So, all right. Back to the Dolphins, bro. Back to the Dolphins. All right, you got released from the Cowboys. You got picked up by the Dolphins. Right. You had I want to say what it was like in October. No, November. The dude Preston gets hurt. He tears his ACL. You know, they resign you off rip. They do you extended contract. Next year, COVID hits. You opt out. Why? Why, bro?
So that's when I was having my first child.
Okay.
And, you know, I was worried about COVID, you know, and me being a dad, that's something like so important to me. So like, dang, man, I don't want to bring this home to my kid. And at that time, it was something that happened at the facility. And it was like, of course, if you're working out with somebody and they got it, they wasn't going to tell you because it's like a non-disclosure. But for me, I was like, bro, like, all right, I understand it's a non-disclosure, but if he have it, and I know that, like, I ain't got to go home. Like, I could go to a hotel, so I make sure I don't pass that on. And that was just one situation, but I was uneasy with it. And what people don't know before that, though, like before I even signed that contract extension, after I had got my last concussion, I almost retired.
So I'll go. That was another thing I wanted to ask you about, but we're gonna get back to that one. We're gonna get back to that.
So piggybacking off of that now. So given the track record of like being injured, because you had a lot of injuries.
I had a lot of injuries.
Given a track record of the amount of injuries that you've had throughout your career, what advice or what do you feel like? Because I know like a part of it can be like, hey, you know, I'm just getting injured. But what is your advice to athletes who are coming up who's like trying to avoid that? Because you do have athletes, they never get hurt. Or it's like minor stuff. And then you got athletes like, okay, you doing your thing, you're talented, and you just keep getting injured. So how do you avoid that?
I want to say it's a way to avoid it. You know, things happen for a reason. And for me, I'm grateful that the things happen because I think that's what kind of kept me like humble. Like I always realized like at the end of the day, like this
Anything
can be taken away from me. Yeah. And so just with the injuries, what I can say is like, man, you know, far as you don't want to look back at it and have like regret. So far as throughout the week and even in preparation, you know, I always taking care of my body. So when things happen, it wasn't like, okay, like you did that because you wasn't taking care of yourself.
You just
it was just like one of those things happen. And even when those things happen, it's just like, hey, this the reality of it. Like I ain't finna sit here and be sad about like, oh, this happening, that happened. I gotta get up each and every day, go to rehab, do what I gotta do, and get myself back out there on the field. And that's the thing about life, man. When things come cross your path, you just gotta keep going.
Gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
So it's no real way. It's not like you could be super safe. It's just like, and if it's your destiny for it to go like that, that's just how it's gonna go.
That's just how it's gonna go.
So all right.
Oh, and then I just want to say because I seen the picture. I was doing my research. I said, did your ankle break in half? Like the bone looked crazy.
So my foot, it was like stuck like this, and then the bone popped out of the skin on the inside. And it's crazy though, that injury, it wasn't like the worst pain in my life.
Really?
Yeah, it was
it
more.
Looked bad.
Right. So far as me, it's like, okay, I felt like something was wrong. But when I seen it, that's when I freaked out. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, my
so
God.
The trainers came to me, and so I'm laying back, and they all like over me, and I can't really like see what's going on. They just put it back in place. That shit hurt so bad.
Oh my God. They popped it back in place.
Yeah, so they had to put it in the air cast.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that injury.
Oh man, that remember like what Coach Baldwell did to my pinky, bro. When I got the interception in practice, he had no pop and drop back in place. Oh my God. No.
Yeah, that was my injury. So.
Oh man, yeah, that sucks. So the concussion was so you had a concussion back, like you said, with the Cowboys as well too, and you're saying that played a part in the reason why you decided to opt out that year for COVID as well. Well, was thinking about retirement. I'm sorry, you was thinking about retirement because of the concussion that you sustained.
Yeah. So when I thought about retiring, I had that last concussion and I had like a headache for like a week straight. I'm like, man, I'm tired of dealing with injuries, and especially like with the head. It was like, all right, bro, like. When it's all said and done, I want to be able to enjoy my life and enjoy my kids, you know. So I had that conversation with my financial advisor, like, hey man, like if I never play another down. I never work another job. Never earn another dollar.
What we looking like?
What can I live off of?
Yeah.
And I kind of had that conversation with my financial advisor the last 2 years. So that kind of made me like at peace with like when I walked away from the game, like knowing that, hey, bro, no matter what you do, like if you just decide to not do anything at all, like you can continue.
You can
your
afford
lifestyle.
to walk away and still have
Mhm.
some type of something left for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I mean, yeah, man, because that's major, bro. That's definitely major. I mean, having that concussion and stuff like that, being on concussion protocol, like, I mean, it's a little spooky. You know what I'm saying? It's spooky because they gonna ask you some questions, and you don't know them answers, boy. You gonna be stuck on that, and the pay ain't the same neither. That pay is cut. So, I mean, yeah, man. But I'm glad that that you able to that you made it through it. That they took you off the concussion protocol, and that you end up still getting picked up from another team, and that it hasn't so far that we can see has no long-term effect on you, on your body, mind, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So that's great, bro. That's great, bro.
Appreciate it.
So the last team you played for was the Dolphins.
Yeah.
So if it weren't for the injuries, what do you feel like your career would have went? Where did you see yourself? How do you think things would have played out?
I mean, it's hard to say because I really don't. I had so many injuries. It's literally after my second year, but even my second year when I got my big contract, like I was hurt that whole year. So my second year, I pretty much was hurt like every year.
I'm like, damn, Jesus.
Yeah,
That's crazy. But I feel like with that though, even though you had a lot of injuries, I feel like you
played through them.
Oh yeah,
and not even just playing through them, just like you said, from a business aspect, like you still was able to leverage whatever, your worth and the contracts, where it's like, okay, I had injuries, but I still benefited from this.
Yeah.
So it's not like, obviously you want your playtime, but you're still okay financially because you have set your, self up that way. So
business savvy.
And one thing I can say is like where most of my injuries, like I recovered from, but after the ankle injury, like I recovered back, like I was able to play, but I wasn't the same.
Yeah,
and
you could feel it.
Yeah, you could feel it. So far as me, it was like, okay, that kind of made things a lot of difference. Or it's like, hey man, like I ain't the same. I ain't feeling it the same. Where it's like, okay, if I'm gonna play this game, I gotta be in it like 100% mentally. And I was kind of checked out once I got to the Dolphins in a certain extent. So once I had that opt-out season, it was a no-brainer for me. And then the following season, when I was supposed to come back, that's when I hurt my wrist. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, it's too much. It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's about that time.
So would you say that that you kind of lost your spark a little bit after the concussion, or did that was that like a aha moment? Like, okay, well, I need to think about my future. Like this is getting a little dangerous.
I'd say I lost my spark before the concussion when I was after I came back when I played my first year at Miami. It was like my ankle, bro. Like halfway throughout the season, my shit was dead. Like I couldn't practice.
Oh.
Like I'm barely out there. It's like, bro.
So it was like a bone on bone kind of thing, or
yeah. So I had plates and screws, and it was to a point where like I could actually feel the screws, and like we were going somewhere, playing a place that's cold.
Oh, you can feel that.
You can feel it. I'm like,
I
bro.
know that for sure.
So right after the season, I had got the screws taken out, but man, that second half of that season, bro, I was in so much pain with my ankle.
So CFL was never a thought.
Oh no, no.
No arena, none of that.
Nah.
I mean, I played the CFL football and stuff like that. It is different. The field is a lot bigger and wider and stuff like that. And yeah, you talking about 3 receivers? They have 6 eligible receivers moving all at once. So I mean, it was a lot different, man. But yeah, playing through injuries and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure that mental aspect. Just the fact that you had so many injuries back to back, like that, I mean, that could mess with anyone's mentally. So do you think that with all those injuries, do you think that changed your persona? Did that make you more humble? Or like what? Because I remember when I messed my neck up in high school, you was fucking with me the whole time, bro. Tapping me on my goddamn shoulder and everything else. And I told y'all like, hey, bro, like this a serious injury, bro. Like this could happen to anyone, bro. Right. Like, yo, I don't want this to happen to you, bro. But like, hey, bro, you can't be playing with people when they're injured like that. So, like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So it's like, and I knew for me, like that year, I was like, okay, damn, we could probably go to states. Like we were balling that year. We had Keno, he was rushing for all them yards and stuff like that. You was doing your thing on offense at the receiver aspect. And I'm like, shit, all I need to do is be out there, make some tackles for these boys, or to hold the shit down. And I couldn't do it, bro. That helmet was too heavy and shit like that. And it was just and I ended up having to sit out that whole year. And I know that humbled me moving forward, because it was like, damn, bro, like I may not be able to play football no more or something like that, or this and that. And then especially when I got cut from the Bengals and went to the Colts, and they told me like, hey, bro, we ain't gonna even let you do the workout. I didn't even get to go out there to the workout, bro. They said from the physical, okay. My physical came back, it was like, your neck not fully developed. My neck was a 3% developed. So like my joint sitting in like a socket. The C1 Calivia is only a 3% developed. The other parts is fused to my skull, right? So I've been at a high risk of being paralyzed my entire life while I was playing football.
Playing football all this time.
I've been playing football all
That's
this
how you know
time.
God was with you, because
The
wrong hit, the wrong
and that's what they was saying. Like the wrong, if I had enough impact on the top of my crown, I'd have been out. I could have been paralyzed for the rest of my life, or I could have died, or whatever. So that's why I was saying, like, because when you got your concussion, you dove to try to get that catch and stuff like that, and it was a head-to-head collision, and stuff like that. Man, all I thought about was, dang, what if that was me and I dove like that, or I hit someone like that?
Yeah.
Like, I done made it through. I played all this football, and damn, I ain't get hurt like that. No serious injury. I had two serious injuries. The one in high school, which I don't really think it was serious injury. It was this muscle spasm. I just didn't wear the neck brace, and stuff like that. But I had the torn labrum, the swollen infected bursa sac, all on the same side. My junior year. Then I ended up going to the league. And then I tore my pec my sophomore season of the NFL, when I was in a chance to be in the starter. Yeah. And I'm saying that to say I felt pressured that entire time. You know what I'm saying? I felt stressed out the entire time, because one, I had just became a new father. So now I'm going to the league because I got to provide for a child. Then when I get to the league, it's the lockout year. So we ain't got no mini camp. We ain't got none of this shit. You got to hit the ground running, and stuff like that. So I was, and then I got drafted 5th round after being labeled the top in my position. So it was one of those things where I felt a lot of pressure was on me, and when I first got to the Bengals, I lost that spark. I was like, bro, I don't even care about this shit, bro. Like, this shit here for the birds. Like, I know I'm better than most of these niggas that's on this doggone team. Yeah. And y'all, you mean to tell me they ain't practicing and they getting beat every day? Are you serious right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? We like, okay, the best player normally played. No. It's all about, what have you done for me lately? Can you speak Zim? Can I learn different terminologies and stuff like that and everything? So, I mean, how was that for you? How was that bit of adjustment? You know what I'm saying? Just being able to come from always being a starter to having this wait for opportunity to showcase who you are and how, what you could bring to the table. How was that for you?
For me, it was kind of natural, honestly, because I always felt like I was an underdog. You know, even coming from a high school, I was a 3-star. You know, most people was like a 5-star or a 4-star, whatever the case may be. And I missed most of my senior season. And when I went to the University of Miami, people like, why the hell are you going there? They got all these people from the West, all these people from Booker T.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Remember that.
It was like, for me, like, I don't care. Like, going to the U was my dream. Like, I'm going to go, like, I'm going to compete each and every day. And as far as for me, it was like, man, put your head down, go to work. That's the same even going into the league. As far as after my senior year at Miami, I had a record-breaking year. I'm thinking like, hey, man, I'm going to get drafted.
Been breaking records everywhere, boy.
I'm thinking I'm going to get drafted. I'm like, okay, but hey, when time came, I went undrafted. But
you still came like that. So I think that's another thing too, a misconception, because people think that if you're not drafted, then you don't have a real opportunity. Like, at least from people who don't know about football, you know, I don't know that much. So I'm just thinking like, okay, people who get drafted, they're obviously the ones who like. But no, you cannot be drafted and still get a contract and still be successful.
Yeah, to be honest, man, that shit worked in my favor.
Yeah.
Honestly, because when you go undrafted, you sign a 3-year deal, and if you sign a 3-year deal, you could get a new contract after your second year because you get a contract the year before. So I ended up balling out my second year. They pay me after my second year. But if I was drafted, I would have to wait till my third year or my fourth year.
Protocol, yeah.
And how it worked in my career, my third year, I missed 6 games. My fourth year, I missed like 5 games.
You still got paid.
Yeah, so I got paid after my second year, and it timed up perfectly. But just that whole phase, whereas now I had that, the underdog phase is just understanding, man, hey, this is a business. Even after I got paid, I understand, man, each year they go draft somebody.
It's going to be a new person every year.
And I think that's just like a life lesson, too, to realize. Then you start going through life like, okay, you know what? Nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
So people just doing what works best and what makes sense best.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question in regards to like, okay, so you went from the high school, I seen you it's so crazy to see you now because you're a whole grown man, but I remember you like little Allen.
Well, Allen.
So it's like, okay, you go from high school and then you get drafted to the college and then you go through three teams and then you have the responsibility of now fatherhood and your mom and all of those things. So what is a rant that you feel like you should be free to rant about as a black man or as a man, I don't want to say black, but as a man, what's a rant that you feel like you should be able to say freely without being judged through everything that you've experienced and all of like what you've gone through throughout the years, traveling different states, different teams?
I'll probably say
that you don't want to be judged, that you feel like men should not be judged for.
I feel like men shouldn't be judged for it. Just like putting yourself out there. I feel like with men, like we let our ego get in the way of a lot of things, and I feel like once you take that out, man, you just express how you feel, whatever it is, whether it's like somebody your best friend or like you going through like a hard time. Like we have people in our life for a reason, and just that whole man where it's like, hey, I'm not gonna say anything because I know I can handle it, and I feel like that kind of like something I had struggled with. Just being in a relationship where it's like, okay, like this shit ain't that serious. I'm not gonna speak on it. But those little things become big things.
It's eating you up.
Yeah.
Over time, they add up.
Yeah, they add up over time, and that's just something that I learned. Just like once I stopped playing and had more time to actually think about shit, and like seeing therapists and just speaking is like, hey, man.
And that's good that you see a therapist.
Oh yeah. I'm a
so
big
what?
fan of that.
How important? Because I am too, right? And just counseling, therapy, just doing things that's best for you as far as your wellness. So how important do you feel like that is? Because you've gone through all of that, and you also have seen a therapist. Do you still see one?
Yeah, I still see one.
And you still see a therapist. So how important do you feel like that is for men to do?
I feel
Because you like doing it, you've gone through it, you've went through your ups and downs, you've been humble with your injuries, like, okay, this is, anything can be taken away. And then also you just made that positive decision for yourself to say, I know when to pull back. Because sometimes people don't know when to pull back and they just go until they take them out. Yeah. So how important do you feel like that is for men?
I feel like that's very important. And if someone haven't like had a therapy session, bro, I feel like you guys should try it because, it's just a safe space. And I feel like we all got to vent about something. And if you not comfortable venting to like your best friend or like your family members, because if you feel like if you tell them, they go stress about it. Like a therapist, like you literally don't care, like if they stressed about it or not.
Right, that's your job.
Yeah,
that's your job.
That's your job. I pay you to listen to me, bro. Like,
right, exactly.
And give you some advice.
And on top of that, man, you learn so much about yourself that you wouldn't even like realize.
That is true. And I feel like even like seeing a therapist or a counselor, another thing too is like if you are expressing yourself to a family member, a friend, a partner, right? Even if they're giving you good advice, you're not going to, because you feel like you know me already. I'm not going to listen. You don't know what you're talking about. But it could be a total stranger. One, you don't feel as guilty if you feel like you want to discuss certain things. You feel like you don't feel like you're being judged. And also, you're more receptive to take their opinion, or their advice, so you can learn. Because a lot of times people around us can teach us, but you're like, I ain't listening to you, man.
It's crazy that you say that too. And just like the perspective from a therapist. So say if I go to like my brother or whatever the case may be, like, and I go to him venting about like this dude, like, hey man, this nigga tried me. My brother could be like, yeah, he tried you. But if you go to a therapist, they go try to make you
Why do
think
you
like,
feel like you're offended by what he said? What is
like
about
get
what
to
he
the bottom
said?
of it.
Right.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
now it teaches you
Some of the
something about
underlying stuff.
yes. Now
Yeah,
it
for
teaches
sure,
you
for
something
sure.
about yourself. Like, why am I offended?
Right.
That shouldn't even offend me.
Yeah,
Am I
exactly.
really bothered? Okay. So it teaches
Yeah.
you, it
To
does.
ask those questions, to ask those
Mhm.
questions in those moments as well too. I think it's a way for you to reflect.
Yeah.
When you go into counseling or therapy sessions, it's a way for you to reflect on the things that you went through, and their job is to kind of help guide you through that journey of you trying to find who you are
Yeah.
and about yourself, and to get over some of the things that you are going through in life as well. So I do think therapy is a good thing, especially in our community, where as Black men, I'm gonna say Black men, where we're taught to, hey, suck it up,
Yeah.
suck it up, bro. You're a man, as they would say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, we should be able to rant about what's going on with us. We should be able to be vulnerable with our friends or with our loved ones, and also even with a counselor. There's no reason to be afraid of that
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
agree.
like that.
And I think that's one of the most healthiest things to do too, because especially for men, like, females, we don't have a problem with expressing,
Right,
even
right.
Oh yeah, we know y'all
in
don't.
any department, we don't have any issue with expressing. But men, what they'll do is hold it in, hold it in, hold it in, and what happens? It come out negatively, and you
Yeah.
snap, and then it's like, okay, now that's a whole nother issue.
Right.
So if a lot of men focus on like the healing and
Yeah,
counseling and
man.
therapy early on and learn those communication skills, it'll kind of
Yeah,
keep
so
men from a lot of the issues that they,
For sure.
experience.
Most definitely. Yeah. And just to piggyback off that is like, one, learn about expressing yourself, but also learn about expressing yourself in a healthy way. Rather than saying
Yes.
like, hey, you got me fucked up.
Yeah.
Just saying like, hey man, like I don't appreciate what
Yeah.
you did. Like this made me feel
Yeah.
this type of
this
way.
type of way. And not trying to like make them feel bad, but just explaining like no, I didn't like
Get your Rich Homie Quan on, man. I feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's not again, it's nothing wrong with that. And like you said, expressing yourself in a healthy way is the most important thing. And also, I would say, because that was one of my downfalls. You know what I'm saying? When I went through my situation and everything else, I stopped hanging around y'all and stuff like that. I stopped coming around, stopped, talking and stuff like that, and kind of secluded myself. I became secluded,
Yeah.
and
Why?
it was just that whole notion that I'm a man. I got to suck this shit up. I got to get through it. And then also it was for me. I needed to try to figure things out, figure out who Robert is outside of football and everything else. So it was a lot. It was a big burden. And then like my friends, like such as Allen and everybody else, they didn't have kids at the time. None of them was married at the time. So it's like ain't no really talking to them too much about it. They already
But do
told
you
me
get
not
it
to
now?
get married.
As being a father now, do you get it now? Like, okay,
Yeah,
I
as a
can
father now, do you get it?
Yeah.
You can see
for
how
sure.
people would be like, I want to be bothered. I got a lot going on.
Yeah. For sure. But man, once you're a father, you have kids, bro.
It's a whole different
It's a
ball
whole
game.
different ball game.
So take me through this. All right, you became a father for the first time, right?
Mhm.
How was that experience? The first time you got to hold your kid. How was that, bro?
Man,
I know it was a moment for you, bro.
It's unexplainable, bro, and it's something that I'm very thankful for, because that's like my kids, man. They made me be so better in like so many ways. Like even like going to therapy, like learning about who I am, learning about like communication, reading, and things like that. It's because of my kids. Because that's what at the end of the day I could tell my kids like, hey, make sure you speak, make sure you do this. But guess what? If I'm not leading by example, like that's how kids learn. You know what I mean? Like kids learn by like what you do, not by what you say. And so far as being a parent, I try to lead by example, and everything that I do. Of course, there's ways that I'm gonna come up short, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna always have the intention on being better and continue to try to find ways to be better for my kids.
Okay. Well, I'm not a mother yet, so sometimes I can relate to that as far as like when my female friends have kids, certain stuff. I feel like sometimes you'll come off like unsensitive because you don't understand how it is until I'm like, sometimes I'll be thinking to myself like, okay, when I become a mom, I'm probably gonna see that way.
Yeah, it's gonna be different.
It's
gonna be different.
And you gonna look at life differently, man. I mean, I remember when I first held my oldest daughter, Teraya. I missed spring practice. I had left spring practice to go up there to see my daughter be born. And I remember the moment I held her, it was like, oh yeah, boy, this is over, boy. I wish ain't a nigga better not do nothing to this one right here, boy. It could be a problem, boy. We going all the way out by this one. And it was just like, man, I just got to be better, bro. Like I can't be messing with certain people, certain females, and this and that. I was like, boy, like I got to tighten up, bro, in life, man. Like this is for to be real.
Make you grow up.
Make you grow up real quick, man. That piece of humble pie.
I want to ask you a question that I meant to ask earlier as well. As far as the team, since you played for the 3 different teams, do you feel like you were emotionally attached to any of them? Like when you left, like, dang, I wanted to, like, I seen me a little more longer than her, like me doing a little bit.
No.
No emotional attachment.
It's crazy because mostly every team I left, it was like I was ready to go.
Oh, okay. So you kind of left at that right time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you was ready to go from every goddamn team, bro, like when you got to like, did you even want to play football still? Do you feel like you wanted to play football?
So when I say I was ready to go, so at Jacksonville, I was just ready to go to a different team. I still wanted to play football.
Okay.
I was just ready to go to a different team. So going into my 4th year, I was coming off an injury. So, like, of course, they had Allen Robinson and Marquise Lee starting. And, like, that's expected.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 3rd spot, they had this guy named Brian Walters. I'm like, all right.
Look at that competition coming out the crib.
Right. I go to the coach. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, yeah, we don't want you to play in the slot. We want you to compete on the outside. So I'm like, all right, son, this shit going on.
Time.
Yeah, for sure. So I talked to my agent. I'm like, hey, man, try to get me a trade. Like, I already see how things going. So they were like, we don't want to trade you, blase. And then, like, it got like 3 weeks later, and then they want to put me in the slot.
Mm.
So I talked to my agent. I'm like, bro, something going on.
Right.
Get me out of here. So long story short, Allen Robinson, he ended up getting hurt the first game of the season, and they didn't end up trading me. But at the end of the year, they released me. But like, I knew that.
It was coming.
I knew it was coming. Yeah, you feel me? So it's like, all right. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, just give me a new opportunity.
Mm-hmm. I think at that point, that's when you start learning the game. Like, okay,
that is business.
Nothing personal.
Nothing personal. Hey, let me go.
It's all
y'all do y'all thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
man. Cause I remember doing the same thing, going to my doggone coach, like, hey, coach, like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I got the free safety, I got the strong safety, I got the dime back, I got the nickel back, the nickel corner and stuff like that. I got all these positions you done had me learn. So what's up with the burn? Let me get some burn. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely give you signs, boy.
And man, he gonna tell me, you don't speak my terminology. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, oh, you don't speak this is an assistant coach. He telling me you don't speak Zim. I said, what the fuck you mean I don't speak Zim? He was like, yeah, you don't say it how it's written down in the book. I said, but if I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing and this is exactly how I'm supposed to do it, why does it matter if I'm not saying it directly like how he's saying it in the book?
That's that Miami. You can't be catching attitude with the people.
No, it wasn't even. I'm talking to the assistant coach. This ain't the defensive coordinator.
Guess what? He went back to the defense coordinator. He said, I ain't gotta learn that.
Just like, but see, during that year, this is my rookie year. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we ain't had no rookie mini camp.
Oh, okay.
So like, I had to pick everything up off the rip, and I done learned the shit. And I'm like, yo, like I had to simplify the shit for me to understand it and for me to retain it.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And it's like, yo, if I'm answering all your questions correctly, but I'm not saying it in your term, I don't know the playbook? What?
Yeah.
And in my mind, I could not understand it for the life of me. And it was like, damn, bro, this shit is a real business, boy.
Yeah,
like they just trying to find any excuse to keep this dude on the field. I remember we played against Jacksonville, bro.
Oh yeah.
But you wasn't there yet. You still at college.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, I was like, damn, bro, got like bombed at least 2 or 3 times. I'm like, bro, I got sitting up here watching this. We go to meetings and y'all want to talk about this in the meeting. Like it's funny. And in my mind, I'm 38 hot.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I should be on this field. I won 9 of these scout team player of the week and junk like that.
Yeah.
You telling me I can't play because I don't speak Zim?
Mm-hmm.
Man, boy, I tell you, boy, it's different.
Yeah,
you know it.
So let's talk about life after NFL. So what is Allen doing after the NFL?
So right now I'm embarking on my entrepreneurial journey. Right now, I'm in the process of acquiring like a health and wellness spa, and that's something.
Spa?
Yeah, it's with like
Okay.
IVs, red light therapy, weight loss, one of those lines. And so once I transitioned, and I wasn't playing football anymore, and I had kids, that's when I started thinking about like, hey man, I want to make like generational wealth,
something, right.
and also outside of that, my main thing is like I want to show my kids that you can create the life that you want outside of sports.
Yes.
If they want to play football, cool. But
That's gonna be one of the questions.
yeah, for sure. That's something that I'm passionate about, and just once I stopped playing, my kids. Once I stopped playing, everything was cool because I was a new dad, so I'm a hands-on dad.
You're still doing
Yeah, I'm doing that.
active.
And then once they start going to school, it's like, damn, I got all this damn free time. Like,
Yeah, now you got more free time.
right. So that's when I kind of went through like an identity crisis. Like, dang, I know I'm a great dad, but outside of that, I'm not a football player. Like, who am I? So that's when I started to fall in love with like reading, going down like the personal development, and all those things, and it kind of led me to want to get into a business. And the business that I wanted to be something I'm passionate about. I'm still passionate about taking care of my body, and so that what kind of led me down into this path and just creating generational wealth. One, to show my kids, but also just to change the dynamics of my family. Like, man, hey, like you ain't got to do the traditional, hey, like go to school for all these years if you don't want to do that. But I'm gonna show you that, hey, man, if you want to own a business, like this how you do it.
So you wouldn't mind your kids not going to college?
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I want them to go, but
yeah, you're not gonna hold it over their head. Because I think that going to college is still cool.
Yeah, I think so. I think so for sure.
A good experience.
Yeah.
Like to build character.
Experience.
Yeah, like just even if you're not gonna use it, because it was plenty of years I didn't use my degree.
Yeah.
But it was just like, but I was
I'm
like,
the same
it's
way.
there.
It's
like,
there,
hey, it's
yeah.
there.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a resource.
So let me ask you this: so did you get? You graduated right from UM, right? What did you get your degree in?
Football. Sports administration.
But the health still goes with that. If you do your business and health, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I graduated. I had my degree in sports administration.
Okay. So why you ain't going to that field? Like you could have been like working with your agent and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like scouting and stuff like that.
Yeah. So far as I just know, if I would have went like in the agent or even like the coaching business, everybody always gonna say like, why you ain't coaching? And I think
Get it all the time.
Right. For us, for me, it's just like I'm on a different path right now. One, I want. Like I told you, it's important for me to show my kids that you can create a life that you want outside of sport. So if I'm coaching, my kids naturally going to gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
And on the other end of that, something that I wish I would have did when I was coming up and even like in high school is just explore other things. So even when I'm talking to kids that's playing high school ball and things now, I'm telling them like, hey man, like make sure you explore other things. So far as for me, if I was coaching, I feel like if you coaching and if you in football got to be like your everything. And as far as for me, I'm just like not an advocate for that right now because I want people to explore other things. This generation, they got so many resources, and with the entrepreneur, they see more things, so they can do more things than we did. We ain't
get to see that much.
Kind of limited.
Yeah.
But with these kids, I'm trying to expose them to other things, so that's why it just don't align with me, like sports wise, what I want for them.
So when you say other things, what are some of the other things that you are you trying to instill in these kids as far as not aside from not just sports is the only way you can make it out? What are some of the other things that these kids can do right now that you can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, I think a lot of things that they can do is just learn about the resources that they have with the AI thing that's coming along, and also just investing. I think investing is something that's so important that don't get talked about, and that's something that that's important for me to explain to my kids because I got money. If I pass away tomorrow or whatever the case may be, my kids don't understand how the money works.
So investing in money management is one of the things that the kid in our community we should talk more about.
Yeah, just having assets and understanding it. I think for us in general, like in our community, we stick to what's comfortable for us, and that's something that I kind of struggle with afterwards. Like football was always my comfort zone, but outside of football, I never got outside my comfort zone. But now getting into like the business world, where it's so different from me. Like when I first made that transition and just being in them rooms, they talking about like investments and shit. I'm like, man, what the hell are you talking about? And it's just like,
kind of throwing you off, right?
Yeah, but like the more I read, the more I like stay at it. It's like, okay, I'm picking this shit up now. And now I can be in those rooms and have those conversations. But for a lot of
and
us,
follow.
it's like once we feel like that discomfort, we're like, okay,
Get
I don't know,
content.
get content, and it's just stay what you doing, like,
Yep.
and where I'm at now is I'm just trying to get outside my comfort zone, and that's important for me because I want to tell my kids like get outside your comfort zone.
So
Absolutely.
how important do you feel like it is for, because you're a family man now
Yeah.
and you have 2 children, you with your partner, how important do you feel like it is for you to establish a healthy relationship with your partner and just focus on one person opposed to, like, most football players, they want to be outside.
Want
How
to
we
be
say be outside.
outside.
You
Be
feel me? But
outside today.
how important do you feel like that is to help you stay grounded? Or as a man, like for other men who's just watching this, like, okay, if I was you, I got this idea, I'm gonna have fun, I work hard, I deserve this, this, that. So how important and I don't know if that's what you do in your personal time, but how important do you think that is for men to kind of just be more family oriented and focus on just that in the family dynamic in order for you to be successful with those investments in your business and so forth?
I think it's very important. It all lines up, man. It's like, as far as you got to understand what your values is, and if you value your family, like your actions got to show that. And if you value your family, like you're not gonna be out here doing all those things that can tear your family apart. And as far as for me, I just try to always align with what I want. Like I want my family, and I want my kids to understand like what true love is, and for them to have a 2-parent household. And I don't think just having a 2-parent household don't mean that the kid's gonna be like great. Like at the end of the day,
Just give them a little advantage.
a little advantage, yeah. And outside of that is also I want to show them like, hey, like your dad, like this how you instill values. Like, okay, yeah, your dad got this money, yeah, your dad got this, but he doesn't fall into like the temptation and just doing anything.
So they can follow suit.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And what you went through to even get that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
because
see,
you damn sure went through it, boy.
Went through it.
Yes, and then all that hard work and dedication. I remember seeing Club Shay Shay on one of his podcast episodes when he talked about his daughter got married, and Chad asked him how much he was giving up for the marriage, and he said I think he said like 20 grand or something like that for a marriage, and people assume that he'll be like, oh, he finna ball out. He's like, no, this my money. It's her money.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought that was so funny, because it's true.
Sure.
You work hard.
You work hard
as
for it.
like us, just we work hard. So when we build our families, it's like I'm not gonna give you this here. And I say that even with myself if I have a kid. Of course I want my kid to have the best, but I'm not gonna just like freely, willingly give without you putting in the work also, because you're gonna think that that's just how life goes, and we understand that is not how life goes. There's so much time, effort, and dedication has to go into building things and building yourself, and it's like I work hard for this.
Hell yeah.
I need you to follow suit.
Yeah.
So you can do the same thing, and then once it's gone, it's gone.
Gone.
And the hardest thing to do is get it back. So
Man,
that's that.
Yeah.
you ain't lying. So I mean, what else? What I would like to ask is, all right, now that you're a father, all right, you married? Did you marry?
I ain't married.
You ain't married? All right. So what do you feel? 3 things that a man should have. 3 essential personality traits that a man should have or possess. Can't use money, power, respect.
All right.
Can't use that.
Yeah. I'll say discipline,
Okay.
drive,
Okay.
and integrity.
Okay.
Yes.
And can you elaborate on those?
I'll start with integrity. Integrity is like, man, I feel like that kind of ties back into like having fulfillment, because if you know you're doing good, like you look at yourself in the mirror each and every day, like, hey man, no matter what setbacks I come across, like, bro, I know each and every day I'm trying to be better. And that's something that you can live with. Like, you don't have much regrets because you know that you have good values, and even like you're not trying to take advantage of people, so there's no bad karma on your end. Also the drive, I feel like as men or even people in general, like you always should be working towards something, because that will kind of give you the fulfillment and the aspect of like you trying to be your best self. Like at the end of the day, people always think it's about the goals. Like the goals, man, yeah, it's important to go after your goals, but the actual goals, they gonna always be changing. Like if
Yeah.
it's say if you
As you grow.
yeah,
As you
as
grow,
you
it gotta
say,
change.
if you say, hey man, I want to go to college, you go to college, then what? Okay, I want to do this. Or say money wise, hey, I want to get to $1 million. You get to $1 million, now I want to get to 2. You get to 2, now you want to get to 10. So it's not actually the goals, it's about continuing chasing after that and just pushing yourself. And that's how you continue to grow as a person. And the discipline, man, the discipline, you can't accomplish much in life unless you have discipline. And I feel like that's what kind of got me to the NFL. Like my discipline is like different than a lot of people. And when I say discipline, because at the end of the day, whatever we want to do, we're not the only person that want to do it. But it's about the person that's going to keep at it and like show up each and every day. So far as for me and like want to get to like a business and what I want in assets, like it's not going to be that overnight. But guess what? If I continue to work on that each and every day for 5 years, like I'm going to get there.
You're gonna get there eventually.
So if you have that discipline and say like, man, no matter how I feel, no matter what's going on, like I'm gonna continue to show up for myself.
Even on the bad days. And I think that's the challenging part, yeah.
It's the most important time.
When you say the discipline, all right, I know for me, when I think about discipline as well, I think about Coach Frazier walking run across that track. I would not let my teammates down. Yeah, I think about that. And I mean, and just like you say, I feel like there is where like I really got a chance to understand discipline, bro.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when it came to football, that was the hardest place to train or work out at.
Yeah, for sure.
Period. Like college was cakewalk.
But that's the great part
and
about
league was cakewalk too, compared to like far as workouts and everything else. Like I feel like all that shit was easy. But at the sea, shit.
But that's how you know he did a great job because
Yeah.
y'all can take this. That means wherever you go,
Man,
it's
wherever you go.
nothing. And that means he did a really great job because some people go there not prepared.
Yeah.
They like, what the hell we had to do all this? Why is this? So
I could say for a fact, it was a saying that they used to say in our locker room all the time in the weight room. That's like, it's hard to be a chief. It's easy to be anything else.
Yeah.
And I ain't understand it at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you just saying something
you
just
just
to
saying.
say it. But like as I got older and started to go through life and like just all the trials and tribulations I've been through, I was like, oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And that
bro.
also goes to show, like, you know, you guys are younger then, right? So even what you're doing now for younger kids, now you don't realize like what you speak, what you say, they're watching you and they're gonna carry that in their life. So that's why it just goes to show like he was doing his due diligence and now you're an adult.
That's integrity.
You got to do your
Integrity.
due diligence because like you said, it carried you through life. That was high
That carried
school.
me through life.
So imagine you instilling something into a child now. You know, even when you're going out
Absolutely.
speaking and helping and training and doing whatever you guys do, it's like you don't realize how you are affecting somebody's life, a little kid's life, like positively. Like, so I think that's dope.
Thing about Walt, like you said, man, it was integrity. And what I loved about Walt, it was no matter who you is, you could be the best player on the team or the worst person on the team. Like you will be held to that same standard. And
yeah, boy.
That helped me a lot. Just going into like college and NFL is like, bro, just having that mentality where it's like you feel like you're not gonna let your teammates down. It's like in those workouts where you pushing yourself to past that point. It's like, hey man, if we out here and it's 100 of us, like 98 of y'all motherfuckers gonna stop before I stop.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
That's just what gonna be. It ain't gonna be me. Like, boy, look here. I would not let my teammates down. Point blank, period. So it's like you go show up in practice. You go to the weight room. Bro, I remember the first time in the weight room, bro, in college, the dude. And the boys squat 135.
Oh yeah,
I was looking at that like, what?
That's little.
Yeah.
Yes, that's lightweight.
Yeah.
What we was putting up in there in the zoo, man, please, that was warm up.
Right.
That was warm up. That was literally they reps. They was working out that shit, and I was like, dang boy, like what the heck y'all doing, bro? Like y'all ain't done warming up. They're like, nah, bro, we working out. I'm like, working out. All right, thank you, Coach Frazier. I appreciate everything that you did, because boy, these boys here, they wasn't ready. They weren't ready, man. And it's just like, because like going to college, you got to manage your time and everything else. This is where that discipline come in. Because remember, we had to be to school by 7. picked them uniforms up by no later than what 7:20 it was or something like that. And you missed 3 days. You off the team. That's from the summer to the end of the football season.
So that all that time you only get 3 days.
That whole time.
So
you got,
what you supposed to do? Like if you sick or something?
Hey.
Oh, you better have a legit doctor's note.
And you better go there. He gotta see you sick.
Yeah.
Calling in.
Yeah, like your mama better call. Don't you call and tell him.
Right.
Like don't come without no note, cause boy, it's a wrap, man.
But I think that was good. Cause didn't he pass away?
No.
He ain't passed away.
Lord
No.
Jesus, we gotta cut that
Yeah,
part.
no.
I thought
He good.
so who was that
They
from
renamed the
Harris
park.
City?
That was Coach Drake.
Oh, okay.
That was Coach Drake.
Okay.
I mean, and then shoot, Coach Drake grew up down the street from me, and everything else. I ain't gonna say he grew up down the street. I grew up down the street from Coach Drake, and I knew I had a relationship with Coach Barnwell since I was a little kid and stuff like that. You know, his 2 nephews used to spend the night at my house. So like I already was familiar with Coach Barnwell, and especially them reels he be making them shit was fire. But I mean, yeah, it's those people was like role models for me, man. Like they helped teach me that discipline that you was talking about. You know, far as like the knowledge that they instilled upon me with with everything that they taught me in high school, and even outside high school, because I still was talking to Coach Barnwell even once I made it to college and stuff like that, and everything else. So for me, it was knowledge, self-confidence, and as you said, the integrity as well too, because with all those things, like you could accomplish a lot in life. And with the self-confidence, you were able to stand up for yourself and others, because a lot of times, you know, that's what we had to do. We was already labeled as leaders on the team without even having to be like necessarily chosen. It was like, okay, like nah, you gonna be that leader. Like ain't no debate about this. You're gonna lead this team, or whatever. It's like it goes back to our last episode about auras and stuff like that. People recognize that and they resonate to it. So yeah, man, like, and then just having a knowledge within yourself to go do what you need to do and everything else. Like in order for me to play football the way I play football, I had to learn from Coach Barnwell and stuff like that, how to break down the film. And once again, you know how much film we had to watch. Once you get to each level, like it becomes crazy, and it's like to the point where like it became second nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't even watch football like that because I watch it like as film. It's like I know this particular coverage. Okay, this is gonna be this particular route coverage or whatever, and this and that. And then like you just looking at the game different. Is that something that happens to you? Do you watch the game differently now when you do watch it, or do you still watch it as a fan and you just enjoy it?
Yeah, I try to enjoy it just as a fan now. Of course, like it was times like when I first stopped playing with like certain teams, I knew like the plays that they was running. So like okay, like you see certain information like, okay, they finna run this. But now I'm so far removed, so I don't know what the hell they running. And I just enjoy it as a fan. And yeah.
So you still watch football?
Yeah, I still watch football.
Pros, but I ain't watching it.
Really?
No, sir, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little saucy with the still cut to it because I ain't get as much burn as I wanted to.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'll watch a little collegiate. I watch some collegiate to high school, little league. But I ain't watching no pros, boy. Hell no.
Still your feelings.
I'm still just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm working and I'm a work in progress. I am not afraid to admit that.
Well, it has been great having you on Rants Wellness and Melanin. We had a great time. I'm happy to see you. Happy that you are doing well.
Yes.
Wish you and your family and your children the best. And before we close out, we always say, I ask my guests to say, I don't know who need to hear this, but.
I don't know who need to hear this, but. Man, continue to go after what you want, and only you know that. What somebody else want for you, that don't mean that you'll be happy doing that. So find out what you want in life and continue to work towards that each and every day, and you'll be surprised what you can accomplish.
All right. And there we have it. I am your host, Nubia Royal, a.k.a. Black Girl Luxury.
I'm co-host Robert Sands.
And this is episode 3. Bye.